Hello and welcome everybody. This is your host Learvok, and you're just in time for another LEGO Bionicle MOC showcase. In the last episode, I showed you the latest member to join the Brotherhood of Makuta. Odd thing to do in the first episode showing these guys off, but it's also a little odd that I made the latest member the one that I actually built first. That's what happens when you don't pre-build backstories into these characters. But anyway, I figured it would be a good idea to show the first member of the group, or rather, one of the first members, along with another character we'll show off later. We have Chirox. Now, a little thing I didn't mention last episode, I keep mixing up Chirox and Mutran's names. Because Chirox uses mutagens and toxins to infect Rahi, and poison to infect Matoran. And you'd think the guy who has mutagens would be named Mutran. This is why it's a little weird that I named them after the masks. But yeah. Also, I think in canon, the original canon, Mutran was the one that actually mutated things. But I had to work with what colors I had and had to work with what I was working on, and you know, Chirox is the only colored Makuta I had that had the same color as the wings, and you know, I didn't have any green pieces of the things I needed to make the mutagen arms. Speaking of which, let's look at Chirox here. Chirox, like I said, is the first member of the Matoran Brotherhood of Makuta. He uses his big ol' arms here to inject mutagen or toxins into Rahi to mutate them into more horrid beasts, or to inject those same things into Matoran and Toa to poison and injure them. He still has yet to perfect that formula, so any toxins he injects into Toa or Matoran are only temporary, and will eventually wear off thanks to the Matoran health system, Matoran's mechanical systems, and organic systems basically helping each other out to kind of cancel each other's virulent diseases. That said, let's look at the arm real quick. It is a Robo Rider arm that has been heavily modified. If we take this piece off, you can kind of start to see. Yeah, we got a little arm piece here, hand piece here that connects into the rest of the body, and a bunch of other pieces inside. There's a lot of pieces that go into making this thing, one arm. Now the thing is, I'm super proud of how this arm turned out in particular, because I've been trying to figure out how to take the Robo Rider body and turn them into like a leg or arm. And this was just one of the latest attempts to try and do that. And in this case, it happened to work out. It worked out very well. And so we have Chirox's arms. In addition, these arms connect to pipes that connect to his backpack that contains the mutagen, toxins, poisons, whatever he's worked on recently. And they also go into the other arm here. And we'll actually look at this arm too, because both arms are technically different. This one's mostly the same with the exception of the back piece here, or the injector being on a ball joint that switches between a blade form for close range combat that he can use to chop or block attacks. It also comes off super easy. I don't know why. It might actually be the piece itself needs to be, one of the pieces needs to be changed. But it can also flip and turn into a pretty long injector. He doesn't even need to fold his hand up to inject it. The other one he needs to kind of fold his hand in a little so he can kind of end up doing like a Buddhist palm sort of thing. I don't know if anyone's ever seen Kung Fu Hustle, so I don't know if that. I don't know how many people have seen Kung Fu Hustle, so I don't know if you'd be able to get that reference. I'm also not sure the Buddhist palm. I'm sure it exists outside of the movie, outside of Kung Fu Hustle. But yeah, he does like a kind of Buddhist palm sort of thing. In the inside, the injector out into the body of whoever he's attacking. So yeah. Now that we got the big stuff out of the way, let's look at the rest of the build. The thing I'm actually super proud of. Like, I'm proud of the arm, but I'm also like insanely proud of the paint job I did with them. So you may notice that this figure looks a little bit dirty. Almost like he's rusted. In fact, you look on these parts in particular, the pearl gray armor pieces look particularly rusty. I got some rust paint testers. Let me see if I can actually right here. Testers rust paint, and actually it looks like it's rusted up here because I took a little dab to use as a labeler. And I just kind of took it. I took a little bit, wiped it off on a paper towel. Wiped a little bit off, and then kind of blotched it in on spots to give him like this rusted look. And I did this starting with the mask primarily, and I want to show off the mask here. You got this kind of like bleed-in effect with the eye here. I don't know why I like doing that with just the one eye. I think I did that with the corrupted Howl. And this is the kind of show he's been tampering with shadow magic for a while now. His body's starting to feel it. He can't stand here and fight all day like he used to. He has to practice more subtle subterfuge, which is why he uses the injectors. He can still fight within melee range, but he has to pull back quickly, which oftentimes he uses others to do the fighting for him. Once they get the Rahi or the Matoran down, he can then inject them and poison them. So yeah. But his rusted body has left him fairly weak, in a somewhat weakened state. He's still powerful, he's still strong, but he's not as strong, he's not at his peak anymore. It's just kind of going down from here. And again, it's from messing with the dark magic, messing with the mutagens combination. Similar to how Mutran has his exposed chest opened up the way it is. It's kind of showing his weaknesses. To show off that he uses shadow magic, I just put some of these light blue, translucent blue limbs on his legs. This is kind of the only place I could fit him on, because I didn't want to use these extenders on the arms, because for some reason it's really hard to manipulate them on the arms, but not so much on the leg. Well, that just proved me wrong. Not so much to manipulate them with the leg, because I can kind of grab them here, whereas on the arm it's a little more difficult to do that. But yeah, he's also one of the Matoran that has become taller to accommodate for his custom arms. So he's about the size of a Toa. In fact, I'll go ahead and bring out Holly again to show a size comparison, which you can take the backpack off. There we go. to actually get a closer size comparison if I do his arms than we could have with the Mutran. I'm going to say Chirox there. And he's actually about the same height. Almost. He's still taller, but he's... Oh, actually, the only reason he's taller is because she's got a Mata head instead of a Metru head. So that just kind of makes her taller by default. So yeah, might not be the best example of using Holly because she's already taller because of her head. But yeah, really loved how this guy turned out, particularly the paint job, because I wanted to do the rust, and it worked out so well. This is my first attempt at doing this kind of thing, and it worked out so well. I didn't get every inch of them. I just got mainly the parts of their armor and the mask, and the arms. But it's easy enough that if I ever need to use these parts for something else, I can just clean them off. Though I don't see myself doing that anytime soon, because I feel like I want to keep this guy for as long as I can. Until he actually rusts. But yeah. So this was Chirox. Anything else I forgot to mention? The backpack here, I believe I can't remember if I mentioned this or not, but the backpack here is where he stores all the mutagen and stuff when he's not using it. Then he goes into these pipes into his arms, and then goes into the injectors. I think that, yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory with the piping. Oh, I've now realized the foot piece here actually has some pipe design right here, so it actually gives even more to that design. There's more to the whole mad science thing. Theming, unintended, accidental theming. But yeah, really proud of how he turned out, mainly with the paint job. So yeah, but this has been Mutran. And that's all I had to say on him. So until next time, I'll see you guys later.